Welcome to this short introductory video to our Open Interfaith Health Science Center's Zoom Sanctuary Inspirational Gatherings. The next is on the 8th of March, noon Central Time. O thou provider, O thou forgiver, grant us thy grace and loving kindness, thy gifts and thy bestowals, and sustain us, that we may attain our goal. Thou art the powerful, the able, the knower, the seer. Verily thou art the generous, and verily thou art the all-merciful. Verily thou art the ever-forgiving, he to whom repentance is due, he who forgiveth even the most grievous of sins. All are welcome at our gatherings. We're all equal here. Everyone is free to suggest any changes that will make this a more fruitful gathering, or to take over arranging all or part of any session. The 2nd of March to the 20th of March is the Baha'i month of fasting, a period of 19 days when Baha'is are required to abstain from eating or drinking from sunrise to sunset. The 19th month, named Allah, loftiness. The next day is Nowruz, marks the beginning of the Baha'i year, and it coincides with the vernal equinox. Prayer and fasting is the cause of awakening and mindfulness and conducive to protection and preservation from tests. Honoring all the children that did not come home. Verily with exceeding joy, with heart and soul, do these oppressed of thine offer themselves up for all mankind in every land. Thou seest them, O my Lord, weeping over the tears thy people shed, mourning the grief of thy children, condoling with humankind, suffering because of the calamities that beset all the denizens of the earth. There has not been a time when humanity has needed greater unity and cooperation, explains Lezat Yangaleva, a representative of the Baha'i community at the Congress. It's very timely for a forum that seeks to promote the unity of religions and orients a dialogue between religious leaders towards the betterment of the world. The dialogue about murdered and missing Aboriginal women is important if we are to build a community we all feel we belong in. It is a hard discussion and a difficult one, even traumatic to hear. Our Aboriginal sisters have had to go through this trauma. We can learn how they deal with being traumatized and can draw on their strength. It's too much to bear. You can mute everything for the duration of the next slide. Elder Lorraine Bluewaters, grandmother to Commissioner Brian Ulasofson, was there as well. We came out of that sweat. One of the most important and profound things that came to being was that we needed to have something that showed our indigeneity, and that blanket idea came out of that. Those blankets that are hung up around the rooms at the hearings, those blankets that identify people, identify their nations, their names and their land masses, the things they used for their cultures. That was one of the most important things that I remember, is doing that sweat and coming out with that idea. And that helped us shape and to make sure we never forget about ceremony, to incorporate ceremony into everything we do. The Baha'i International Community, a non-government organization with a seat at the United Nations, is developing and advocating a universally cultural adaptable curriculum to be adopted, focusing on the organic oneness of humankind, so the children at a young age will internalize the reality of human unity and equality. Do Black Lives Matter? Most certainly, for they are the pupil of the eye of humanity. From the tabernacle of thy majesty I have committed that which thou didst forbid me to do, and have put away what thou didst order me to observe. I pray thee, by him who is the sovereign Lord of names, to write down for me with the pen of thy bounty that which will enable me to draw nigh unto thee, will purge me from my trespasses, and have intervened between me and thy forgiveness and thy pardon. Verily thou art the potent, the bountiful. No God is there but thee, the mighty, the gracious. Make a list of your friends and invite them to this devotional or a devotional you begin. It is a gift from you to them. The devotional you begin can be as simple as phoning a friend and sharing a prayer with them. They may be sick and need a healing prayer, struggling and need to share "Is there any remover of difficulties?" prayer. It is a gift from you to them. A devotional consists of 2 or more hearts connecting in prayer. Have a good week. Take care. Hope you can join us.